This is a follow-up to the video I did a couple days ago about the woman that said if I didn't euthanize her cat, she would drown it. Now, if you didn't see that video, go back and watch it just so you can get a context of where we're going with this. And the reason I want to make this follow-up is just to give you more information in terms of that story, because there were two questions that people had consistently that I want to address in this video. The first one is a lot of people said, well, why didn't you just take the pet away from the owner and keep it in the hospital? And the second is a lot of people said, hey, are you aware that there's a third option? You could have just talked to the owner about relinquishing the cat. And for those of you that had the question, why didn't I talk about relinquishing? I know you didn't mean to be disrespectful or rude by that comment. You really just wanted the best for the pet and to make sure I knew something. And I want to be clear that I don't want to sound mean in any stretch of the imagination for this. I don't mean to be disrespectful or rude. And I appreciate you guys having that question. But respectfully, I've been doing this for a while, and I am very much well aware of how to do my job in these situations. I am aware that relinquishing is an option. And I think the reason that so many people having this question triggered me is because in the video, I did state that I spoke to the owner about rehoming the cat. Now, granted, that was only like half a sentence of the entire video, but what that equated to in reality was I spent 30 minutes talking to that woman about every relinquishing and rehoming option I can think of until she eventually said no. And even though I didn't explicitly say it in the video, she did eventually say no. And for those of you that said, well, why didn't you just take the cat away from her? Unfortunately, once an owner says, no, I will not relinquish a pet, legally, we cannot take that pet away from the owner. That pet is the owner's property. And if we take that pet away from them without them consenting to it, they have a lawsuit on their hands, and I can actually lose my license and then never be able to practice veterinary medicine again, which I don't want. So unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. Now, if there is actual clear physical evidence of something like abuse or neglect, then we have a little bit more power to do that, but it's still shades of gray. And in this case, just because she said, I'm going to drown my cat, that's still not enough physical evidence to allow me to forcefully remove that pet from her. And I did call the authorities and report her, but unfortunately at 11 o'clock at night, by the time somebody responds, she already would have made a poor decision potentially. And stalling her, unfortunately, was not an option in this case. I already did my exam. The pet was already down in the room with her in a carrier. We spent 45 minutes talking in the room, and she didn't tell me she was going to drown the cat until the last 30 seconds, and then she grabbed the carrier and left. So unless I forcefully prevented her from leaving the clinic, which is also something I can't do, stalling her was not an option. So again, I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to offend anybody if I seem a little stern in this video. I just wanted to give you guys more context in terms of what happened with that particular story.